This college football picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBet. WynnBet is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBet has what you need to win. Sign up today, bet $100 and get a $100 free bet at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET.
Coach at Mississippi State, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
JV sports still going on. I thought finals happen soon, Sean.
These kids, they can't play in a playoff, Ryan. They got exams.
That was in hindsight.
Cool. Imagine Quinn Ewers preparing for an exam. The guy made like $2 million not playing college football at Ohio State.
I just think like someone needs to pull some clips of these these people saying, it's too hard. We have to take finals. Stop it.
All of a sudden they figured it out. Somehow we got a nice, it's a small slate, but it's a strong slate. We got Army, Navy, and we got 4 FCS real college football playoff to break down. And if you're looking to bet on some college football, you know where to go. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/WynnBet. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/WynnBet. Bet big, win bigger. Bet $100, get a $100 free bet. It's just that easy. And of course, I know what you're thinking, Sean. They don't have FCS lines. They do. They got it all. And they even have FCS futures, a little bit of everything. Heisman Trophy. You want to get down on the Heisman Trophy? I would bet on Caleb Williams even at -2,500. Feels like a good bet. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/WynnBet. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/WynnBet. Bet big, win bigger, with WynnBet. Offer subject to change. And yeah, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Joining us on the line via the WynnBet hotline, Colby Dant, aka the Dantabase, aka Pick Dundee. What's up, Colby?
First down. What's up, guys?
If you're watching on YouTube, Colby has a sweet virtual background. He does, and with the lighting, he looks like one of those Star Wars holograms, like Colby One Kenobi. You're our only hope. He really has that low res vibe that he always dreamed of. Mission accomplished, Colby.
He lives his life in standard def.
Yes,
480p was too much. Please,
no need. The best highlights are the low res highlights. I know this is the college football picks podcast, but how about my boy Leia Pepe dominating for LMU? That clip is coming out soon.
Pepe.
I can't believe you took Grand Canyon, Colby.
I learned the hard way. That was a close game, and all of a sudden, LePepe said, "It's my game," and he dominated down the stretch, hitting threes, taking charges, going up and unders off the glass. I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. But look, right now we're talking college football, and
we are.
You gotta love what's going on in college football. I know we got to do a bowl show later this year, but we've never seen, obviously years past, we've had the opt-outs. I think it's absolutely fantastic in a way that college football is getting penalized from their stupid ways for a long time. Right now, I see tons of bitching from every coach talking about the transfer portal. There's over 1,200 players in it on Monday. There's probably going to end up being 4,000 or something. And, this is long overdue because they would block people's transfers for years.
Yeah.
So, there's several coaches I could name that they wouldn't let people go across the country or not even in their home state So this is a long time coming, but unfortunately, due with the bowls, which we're going to be covering, I know soon, all those players that are in the portal can't play in the bowl game. So we are going to have a crazy.
It really is going to be wild.
I mean, you're talking. I think I was looking at one game previewing that, and third or fourth string quarterback going up against third or fourth string quarterback with third string running back against third string running back. I mean, if there isn't a reason, if there isn't enough reason for a larger playoff already, I'm talking more than 12. It's that perfect example right there. That or either move the transfer portal time back. But
and it's just great news for our SGPN team because at some point one of these schools is going to not be able to field a team, and that's where our team, quarterbacked by the great Stone Lebanowitz, we make a bit of a run here. We could just be the fill-in team. I mean, at some point, why not have some of these boosters? Like if I'm donating, $1 million to the Oklahoma program and they're not going to put out their starters, let me just run down on kick coverage, a couple plays. Like, come on, give me the full fan experience.
You cannot just buy your way into professional sports, even an ownership group. It's not necessarily an open door policy.
Be approved, yeah.
College sports, the transit. We were discussing this in the studio. I don't think it was on air, but that you're gonna have a billionaire who just wants to have a football team, and he's gonna buy some fucking little private university or make his own and get accredited and just say fuck it. This is glorious. This is fucking glorious.
I mean, I know I haven't been there to bother you guys, but the Deion Sanders, the Colorado news. Did you see the value? They gave him I think he's the third highest paid coach in the Pac-12, but instantly you saw their season ticket sales like sell out, and then their Instagram and Twitter followers go shoot through the roof. So they think he's already worth beyond that value of them giving that contract, and he hasn't even coached a game.
It just shows you
he's bringing his bags, and they're Louis bags. If you want to get in that portal, you get in that portal right now, because I'm bringing some players.
No, I don't think that's what he said.
Prime.
I think what he said to those kids was, you better get in the portal, because you ain't gonna have a spot on this team.
No, you're not. Nothing's guaranteed. It's all earned.
No, I think he was saying you ain't good enough. I'm bringing better players. Get the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's just funny to hear a coach fire an entire team like that. It was like, and then he even realized what he was doing, paused, and was like, strong, like he was trying to coach him, but no, man, he's just get the fuck out.
It's gonna make the Pac-12, and next year is the last year for UCLA and USC, right, Colby?
Yeah, and if you saw Klavikov yesterday at that Vegas football meeting, he was talking about how he's not in a rush to get the new TV deal because he thinks Deion Sanders and Colorado are going to be must-watch TV and increase their value greatly.
Barstool already announced they're doing Colorado's first game. They're going to do their show live. We got to get Colby. I mean, I don't know when they drop the Buffalo schedule, but we got to get on there. We got to do a trip out there and watch a game, because that's going to be awesome.
Sister is an alum of Boulder, and I am a fan. We're a fan of all things that Colorado folks like to do. Walk around outside, smoke weed, bet on sports.
It's a great state. Well,
their play-by-play guy, Mark Johnson's been on the College Football Experience, and he gave me an invite. I got to take him up on that. Yeah. He said, if you guys want to come up here, we'll hook you up, press passes and everything. So I'm gonna DM him later tonight.
All right.
Yes,
let's
please.
go.
Let's go.
Let's talk FCS football. Let's get to it. Make some picks.
All right. Don't worry. We will cover the main event. But first, the freshman sophomore teams, Samford, North Dakota State. Wow. North Dakota State is laying 17.5, I assume, is the intent here. We're heading to Fargo in a dome. Colby, I assume North Dakota State rolls here.
No, 7. Look, they haven't been covering all year. All right. Yep. I know they covered last week, but a lot of the year they have not been covering. They have the best offensive line probably in the FCS, at least top 2 or 3, but I think the best. But Cam Miller, like when we had Stone Lebanowitz on, he was saying their quarterback's not he's probably their worst quarterback in some time as far as completing passes. So I think Samford, they run the air raid. Samford actually kept it somewhat respectable against the Georgia Bulldogs earlier this year. I think Samford with their offensive firepower will be able to stay in this game and cover this spread. But yeah, North Dakota State will probably end up getting the dub here in the Fargo Dome, this filthy stadium.
Well, this is a real problem for Cole because you have a college football playoff home game, which he is dying
Love
for.
it.
But that is going head to head with a dome football game. So it's really a Sophie's choice here of whether he likes it or not. I'm with you though, Colby. Samford, I mean, they're able to throw the football. I think they're going to be able to get some points, even if they get down in a dome. The air raid is good for racking up some garbage stuff late at the very least. I do think North Dakota State's going to get the win because they can just run all over them, but that shortens the game, and I think that helps the dog in a way, especially sitting at 17.5. Kramer?
Yeah.
I mean, completely disagree. I think you're going to see a situation where Stone spoke about this physicality. And what did we see last week? What was that final, Colby? 49-26. That covers 17.5. Lay the points. The dome is beautiful. I mean, it's so
folks,
cold there, Colby. You got to understand. They got to stay inside.
No.
It's unhealthy to be outside.
Look, I've been to the Dakotas. Bozeman is much colder, and we're about to preview that game. That's outdoors. They're calling for snow. It's absolutely beautiful. But hold on, I want to talk about Dylan Johnson's remarks. We were mentioning the air raid. The creator of the air raid, Mike One Leach. You see Dylan Johnson's transfer portal statement there?
Oh.
Was he the one that says I didn't
because I'm not tough, Coach Leach would be happy I'm entering the transfer portal.
Yeah, well, guess what? He's the second leading rusher, not the first. Goodbye.
Well, also, what better way to prove Coach Leach's point that you're not tough than by announcing on Twitter, like, what is this, Real Housewives of Mississippi? Like, he doesn't think I'm tough. I'm going to post about it on social media. Why don't you show your coach you're tough by getting in the weight room before everyone else, by running that extra lap, by getting those extra yards, by keeping your feet chopping instead of your fingers typing?
I mean, I'm all for the mental health stuff, but this is just being soft. Yeah, this guy's. I mean, it's like you oversharing, dude.
Yeah,
you're fired. All right, moving along. And the winner of the Samford North Dakota State game will be taking on the winner of this game. Colby, William & Mary heads to Bozeman. As you said, will be cold. I don't know. Can a fire be lit in the cold? Not sure. We'll have to tune in. William & Mary, Montana State laying 7.5. Well, we know what the market tells you when they hang the hook on top of the 7. I mean,
I'm all over Montana State. We talked about it with Stone. I like them at a future to win the FCS championship at plus 600. To me, Montana State is just a better version of William & Mary. William & Mary 6th in rushing, Montana State 1st. William & Mary play decent defense, but I think at home this Montana State team is really tough to knock off. 19 degrees, chance of snow. The Grizzlies get it done.
Colby,
or the Bobcats? Sorry,
the Bobcats. Please, Sean. We learned this. Colby, what is the mascot for William & Mary?
The Tribe. Let's go.
And what is the mascot specifically?
What do you mean? The name of the
it's the William & Mary the Tribe, but the mascot is a griffin, a mythical creature. Who wins in a fight, a mythical creature or a bobcat? Depends. If it's the bobcat that took down a grizzly bear, give me that bobcat. Montana State laying the 7.5. Easy money.
I'm with you, man. Tommy Malott, and even if he goes down, they got Sean Chambers, the Wyoming transfer. It's a heavy run team, number 1 in all the FCS. But even when they go play action, they got Patterson, Willie Patterson, who's done good for them this year. It's 18 degrees too in the snow. Williamsburg, I don't know. It's Southern Virginia. I've talked to Terrell Furman a lot. He goes, I can't do cold. Give me Montana State. Lay the points.
All right. Lockstep. Incarnate word. Sacramento State laying 6.5. Simple handicap for me. Stone told me to take Incarnate word. I'm taking him. I believe the quarterback's name is Lindsey Scott Jr. Is that correct, Colby?
Dog.
Exciting, lit, absolute dog. 6.5. Why would they make this 6.5? They want you to take Sacramento State. Give me the dog.
I'm all over Incarnate Word. Incarnate Ward is turning into a better program. We saw their quarterback transfer out to Washington State, done a good job of replacing him. I understand Sacramento State undefeated, but I Incarnate Ward has a really good offense, second in the country in passing yards and total offense. I like them. Lindsey Scott seems like a solid QB, and you're getting the point. So I'm all over Incarnate Ward here.
Here's the thing that's tricky though about this one.
Uh-oh.
And I should have put this in the notes. They're calling for rain right now. They're calling for rain. If it is heavy rain, both these teams solid at throwing the ball, but Sacramento State's the much better running team. If it's in the rain, which I think it's going to be, give me the Hornets minus the points, getting it done.
Colby, if there's one thing we learned on this show, we're not meteorologists. Stop that right now. That's for attractive people. We're picking games. You're really gonna. Stone told us to not do this. Stone also kind of made fun of you, so maybe we are on the right side, John.
Well, speaking of making fun of Stone, he also said that we shouldn't take Holy Cross. And what did they do to that the team that won the CAA conference, the almighty CAA conference a week ago?
Let's go.
It wasn't pretty.
Benedict Dantle checking in saying Incarnate Ward lock of the week.
Yeah, love it.
Maybe the outright dog there as well.
Are you guys at all concerned that their head coach took the head coaching position at Texas State?
No, they have unfinished business.
Not a part of my handicap.
I see they're wearing T-shirts on campus. Unfinished business.
Hey, we got a couple more picks left before we get to that. Time to shout out Dave. That's right, our good buddy Dave. Maybe you're heading home for the holidays. You're doing a little traveling. You like pick Dundee, setting out on the open road. You need a couple extra bucks to fill your tank, get some holiday gifts. Maybe you're going to the SGPN merch store. You need to get your dad a Ref Sarteras t-shirt and you're a little short on cash. Dave is here to help. Dave is the banking app that can help you get up to $500 instantly with extra cash. With Dave, there's no interest, late fees, or credit checks. And again, this is a time you might need a couple extra bucks. Ease the financial tension around the holidays. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app to get the financial relief they need with extra cash. Download the Dave app from the App Store right now. Go to dave.com/SGPN. Sign up for an extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Holy Cross.
All right, Holy Cross. And by the way, these games, those were all on Saturday or Friday, tomorrow, today, depending on when you're listening to this. This is now Saturday morning. Holy Cross, South Dakota State, Brookings, South Dakota. Colby, you've been there before? Lane 18 points.
I mean, driven past, not the stadium, but I mean, how great is this game? Once again, they're calling for I think 17 degrees. I think this is football weather, baby. Shout out to the FCS.
Good hitting weather out there.
Look, well, last time they played in the FCS spring playoffs, and South Dakota State won 31-3. But that was Matthew Saluka's first season as quarterback. He's been starting there. It's 3 years since then, or 3 football seasons since then. So, I'm going to take the points. I think Holy Cross can keep it close enough. I think actually, no, I'm not. I'm laying the points with South Dakota State. I'm laying the points. Give me the music. Give me the Benedict music.
This stadium is named after someone named Dana J. Dykehouse. You can get a ticket for $15 right now.
Yeah. It's
really?
supposed to snow. It's supposed to snow that morning. This game's a night game. Or no, I'm sorry. No. This is a Saturday game. It's going to snow Friday.
Concerns me how. I mean, it's 9 a.m. What time zone are they in? What time is this local time? 11? 10?
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
Is anyone going to be there?
Brookings, South Dakota. Good luck getting a hotel room this weekend. This one's tough because I'm a little worried that Holy Cross won their Super Bowl last week. I'm gonna ride with Colby here and take South Dakota State laying the big number. It's tough to go up there outdoors and win in the Dakotas. North Dakota again. Screw all things Carson Wentz. Extremely soft program, soft team. But the South Dakota State team, real men, jackrabbits. They play outside.
If you're gonna call them, well, why not sprinkle Trey Lance into the situation too?
Oh
Sean?
yeah, I mean, you want to talk about two softest guys in NFL history: Trey Lance, Carson Wentz.
But no, I think you're right on the right side of this, Sean. When you look at I've watched Holy Cross all year, we like have a dedicated TV to God's eye for Holy Cross football, and I've enjoyed them. Matthew Saluka's a beast. I was on them last week.
Wait,
but
now
they kind of have like a run heavy approach. He's kind of like a Tebow Jr. And I don't think it's going to work against South Dakota. South Dakota's got the #1 rush defense in the FCS. So Saluka's going to have to beat them with his arm. I don't know that that's their game. I think they get rolled up on by South Dakota State.
Colby, who's that guy from a small program that we were talking about making it in the NFL? Was it the quarterback at Wagner?
No, you're
Fordham,
Fordham.
Tim DeMorat.
Fordham. Okay.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Which, by the way, not to break into the middle of this game to crowbar in some Will Levis stuff, but Will Levis, I saw a video of him putting mayonnaise in coffee this morning, which was extremely gross. He drinks
that is a
fucking coffee.
act.
Secondly, we're back at it, Colby. Will Levis, I think at this point it's likely he's like going to be the odds-on favorite to be the first quarterback taken, which God help us all.
Oh my God!
Play the
I don't
points.
know. I mean, it depends. Like last year, they said Sam Howell, and he ended up being a 6th-round draft pick. I don't even think they know. I don't even think they know. Malik Willis was then the odds-on favorite, but yeah, I mean, I get your point. Levis hasn't really flashed.
It seems like the draft nerds are starting to pump it. All right, South Dakota State. Obviously, again, I learned two things from Stone: take the big boys and take Incarnate Ward. So that's what we're doing. We're laying chalk, except for Incarnate.
Easy enough.
All right, let's talk about a real football game between two of my favorite programs. I think the Army predates the Navy by a couple years here, but I love all of their work dating back to the 1700s. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania will play host to Army, Navy. Colby probably knows how many times they've played football. Noon kick here on the West Coast. Navy laying 2.5 -140. They are practicing tackling this year, as we've seen on the field. Army +120. 32.5 is the total. We're not totals guys, but you got it. And I know
16,
you were speaking blasphemy about maybe taking the over.
No,
in this
I just
game
think
like
it would be funny,
like a crazy person. But you
16,
take the under.
Yeah, 16 years in a row, the Army Navy has gone under. It opened at like 34.5. It's down to 32.5. For me, this is an easy handicap. I'm all over Army here as the small dog. This is a revenge spot. Navy won last year outright as a dog. Kind of embarrassed Army. Army had a much better team last year. Navy gave it their all, and this is Army's game all the way. And Navy's been dealing. They lost their quarterback. They've been out for a couple weeks, but this is it's all about revenge. Army gets the revenge. They get the win. They get the cover. Give me Army +2.5. Colby.
I'm with you, man. I think you look, Navy Ty Lavatai is out, their quarterback. I mean, he's been out for a few weeks, but he's out. And I know Army has Tyrell Robinson out, but they to me, the revenge factor, they have a little bit better of an offense statistically. And I think just overall, the revenge factor is in these matchups. You almost need to throw out the stats because they run the same offenses last year.
Yeah.
Navy was a big dog. They got it done. I just think that they've been waiting all year for this. It's a bounce back spot. Another thing is Army, can go to 6 wins, end the season 6-6, 500. Both down years for both programs, but Green might be onto something. Maybe we do go over.
Is it normal for a FBS team to play 2 FCS teams?
Sometimes you have a lot of cowards out there that cancel. The University of Tennessee canceled Army.
Oh, is
Army
that what
was
happened?
supposed to play at Tennessee, and being the gutless wonders, SEC, it just means more. Well, apparently so, right? Because you paid $1 million to not play Army.
I thought the SEC folks of all people love America. That's messed up. I've always been an Army guy in this show. I've stayed consistent. Unlike Sean, hopping around the armed forces like a whore in Bangkok. Give me Army.
They support the armed forces as well, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I've been an Army guy. Hashtag,
Who loves the armed forces more than whores in Bangkok?
Can we get Sean's face photoshopped on a Bangkok whore, please? I'm sure there's an iconic picture. Give me Army. Always been an Army guy. Hashtag beat Navy. Let's go.
I feel like we should pick the over or under on this one.
Did you?
I'll go under still.
Did you hear the great news too?
What's
We're
up?
getting Jim Nance and Tony Romo for Army Navy.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding. I have no idea, but hopefully that's not true.
Do you see Jason Garrett interviewed at Stanford?
I think he got the job, didn't he?
I don't know. I think it's up in the
that
air.
would be awesome. Just anything to get him off TV.
Oh, yes,
would be great.
But I don't know. The head coach of Stanford's been doing a lot of draft coverage work, so hopefully that doesn't crowbar him somewhere else. They seem to like him though. The Ivy League ginger.
Yeah, you can't get rid of him. I'm going under. Colby, are you going to dare take an over?
Let's do it. This is the lowest they've set it.
No.
In a long time.
As a tout, it's an all-time great move, Colby.
No.
Because now you can just say, you can tell everyone you told if it actually hits. What are you doing, Ryan? You taking the under?
Disgusted in you too.
20 or 14.
I took the under.
Under. You're talking Colby into being a tout maneuver.
It's great.
Ugh. Losing Colby. Hang on to the rope, Colby.
Time for the Lock Dog Tease, presented by WynnBet, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. Lock Dog and Tease. Kramer, what do you got?
And that shout out to Benedict Dantle, because I would like to see Jason Garrett in prime shake hands at midfield as Stanford and Colorado finish
that's
their
a great
game.
coaching battle.
Lock, Army, Dog, Incarnate Word. And for the Tease, Montana State advances, aka -1.5. Incarnate up to 13.5, and Army up to 8.5. That's actually, yes, no changes.
Army actually is a great tease leg.
Army and the under teased is probably the way to do it.
Yeah, and you may have stolen my
God bless America tease.
My lock, Montana State -7.5. I'm not scared. My dog. I'm going Incarnate Word as well. It's tough not to take them there. For my tease, Army up to 8.5, under up to 38.5, and then South Dakota State down to 12.
A rare total in the tease.
Colby,
the Sports Gambling Podcast.
What do you got?
We're locking up South Dakota State -18. The dog is going to be Samford.
I love
Samford, a heavy dog. What do you think that'll be?
400, 500.
There we go. Let's go. Bonus lock.
Actually, it'll probably be more than that because the Houston Texans are catching 17.5 against the Cowboys. And that's plus 900.
They're 9-1. Yeah.
I've been keeping an eye on that price, Ryan. Some personal stuff I'm working on over here.
Bonus lock is Army plus 2.5.
Oh, we're doing bonus locks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Bonus
tease.
locks.
Okay, let's do tease. I'm with you on the Army plus 8.5. These games are always like a score. When's the last time it was just a flat out blowout? Then let's take South Dakota State down to 12.
Oh yeah, Colby loves the Jackrabbits.
And let's take Montana State down to 1.5.
Yeah, great tease there. A lot of key numbers.
That's why they call him Pick Dundee. Make sure you check out the college football experience and college basketball experience. Daily college basketball picks pods, getting you ready, getting you going for the college basketball picks all day, every day on the SGPN app.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Hit up the merch store, grab some holiday gear while you can, and of course, follow us on Spotify. Toss us a nice little rating over there as well. Always appreciate that. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Go Army, beat Navy.
Kramer, let it ride.